Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk Justice League and the DCEU. So a number of media outlets, comicbookmovie.com and also Screen Rant, published that Zack Snyder is taking a reduced role in the DCEU moving forward. These were the articles that came out. Now, what's interesting about this, iFilm said the same thing. Zack Snyder's influence on DC films will be significantly smaller moving forward. Right. Let me address this really quickly. Now, I did another video, which was that Joss Whedon's going to get credit on the Justice League film. Alright? And that turned out to be bullshit. So, this article as well, they cite this article, Mashable. And Mashable, basically, this article was written by a guy named Josh Dickey. Alright? And basically, Josh Dickey says this: Zack Snyder, primary engineer of the DC Comics movie universe since Man of Steel, whose creative vision has been polarizing to say the least, will take a significantly smaller role in the franchise going forward, as will his wife, producer Deborah Snyder, Mashable has learned. The Snyders left Justice League as director and producer in May, saying they need time to grieve their 20-year-old daughter, who has died by suicide 2 months before. Multiple sources. I want you to hear this, because this guy is named Josh Dickey, so he's dicking around. This is just clickbait. Multiple sources with knowledge of Warner Brothers. They're not working in Warner Brothers. None of that. So it could be his sister. It could be his long lost dog, for all we know. Okay? Anyway, multiple sources with knowledge of Warner Brothers plans say that the DC Extended Universe moves forward, that the Snyders will no longer have anything like the level of creative influence that got the franchise to this point. For its part, Warner Brothers strongly denied the notion that the Snyders will no longer be actively involved in creative decision making. I want you to hear that again. Toby Emmerich, Warner Brothers Pictures Group President and Chief Content Officer, said in a statement that the Snyders will maintain a role. The Snyders remain an important part of the Warner Brothers family and are actively involved in several upcoming DC pictures, including their continued creative input on Justice League. We are excited about our partnership and look forward to our continued collaboration. Now, I've listened to so many people try to interpret what Toby Emmerich has been saying about Zack Snyder and the tone of Justice League. And all of these outlets, and by the way, Mashable is not really Mashable is not one of those creative sources you want to go to for information. I'm just saying. But suffice it to say, from Toby Emmerich's mouth, you hear that the Snyders still have creative input on Justice League. Toby Emmerich said the Snyders have to okay Justice League for it to go up onto the theater and the big screen, and what Joss Whedon's doing. He also said that they will be involved in several upcoming DC pictures. Now, he didn't say DCEU pictures, but I completely believe he's talking about the DCEU. Okay? Now, first and foremost, now the guy goes on to say a lot of rubbish, but this is the source that Screen Rant, iFilm, and comicbookmovie.com is quoting. The president of Warner Brothers disagrees with that. Okay? In fact, Charles Roven is on the record of saying that Warner Brothers was willing to put off Justice League till the next year, and Zack Snyder insisted. And he convinced Joss Whedon to take on the project. And why I believe that all that they're saying is baloney is because I just saw the Justice League trailer. I just saw the Justice League sneak peek trailer. It's a Zack Snyder film, clearly. So this bullshit about changing direction, guys, don't buy into the bullshit. This is gossip. And Mashable of all sources? Come on. Alright, guys? So this is going to be a Zack Snyder film. And not only that, Toby Emmerich says that they have continued creative input on Justice League. Which means Joss Whedon is still collaborating with Zack Snyder unofficially about Justice League. Which is why the trailer, while there are tweaking of certain things to make it even more spectacular, which is why it blew me away even more. Do you think Warner Brothers wants to piss off and tick off their long-standing fans? Do you think they're really into bullshit? Do you believe John Campea? Oh, changing the tone means anything. No. If you have a strong base, and these people will live and die under Zack Snyder, okay? The last thing you want to do is tick off that base, because the lashback would be a mother... You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cuss. So absolutely, and we know what Zack Snyder's style is. So when I saw the trailer, I knew that was Zack Snyder's style, but there was something more to it. And I keep on explaining to you people, do not buy the bullshit of these sites. I already showed you that Comic Book Movie and Screen Rant talked absolute baloney about Joss Whedon getting credit for Justice League. They're trying to stir up something. And they're trying to create negativity around Justice League, just like they did with Wonder Woman. Can't you remember when a source told somebody on Screen Junkies that Wonder Woman is a mess? Didn't you remember that? Patty Jenkins immediately refuted that. It's bullshit, folks. So don't buy into the bullshit. You're just giving these guys clickbait, and they're going to continue the negativity. They're trying to go down the same old road they've been going with DC. Don't buy into the baloney. Now I gave you facts. It's up to you to listen to the facts or to keep on going down the baloney train road. Alright, you guys. I've said enough. You guys have a great one.